Good day, everyone. So this video lesson is all about evaluating limit of functions. Okay, so there are many ways, okay, on how to find the limit, okay, limit of a function, okay. We've learned that we can find the limit of a function by using the table of values or by um, investigating the graph, right? Okay, and then also we are done with the laws, okay, of limit. Okay, so aside from those, okay, um, this one, okay, this direct substitution is one way also of finding a limit, okay, of a function. Okay, so this method is used when the function is continuous at the value you are approaching. Okay, so you, again, since direct substitution, you just simply substitute the value, okay, directly into the function to find the limit. Okay, no need for simplification or special techniques. Okay, pero hindi sa lahat is applicable yung substitution. So, meron tayong mga restriction na tinatawag. Okay? So, we have to note that direct substitution is fast and reliable but only for functions with no problem at the limit point. Okay? So, kapag nag-indetermine or naging undefined yung ating function, may problem doon. Okay? So, you better try another way. Okay? So, for direct substitution, okay? Para lang siya doon sa mga function na continuous. Okay? Like for example, this one, we have the limit of 2x plus 5 as x approaches 3. So, ang gagawin lang natin dyan, yung value natin dito, isa-substitute natin sa x natin. Okay? Kaya siya naging 2 times 3 plus 5. Pinalitan lang natin. Ayan. Okay? So, kaya ang sagot dito, yung limit natin, so the limit of this one, the limit of 2x plus 5 as x approaches 3 is 11. Okay? So, yun yung easiest, okay, or shortcut way of finding the limit of a function. Okay? So, let's have another example. So, let's use the direct substitution for this one. Okay? So, since these examples, okay, are continuous. Okay? So, the limit of x as x approaches 12. So, sa substitute lang ninyo, you are just going to substitute, okay, the value of this one sa x natin. So, since the limit of x lang yan, ibig sabihin, that is equal to, yung x natin ay 12. So, the answer there is 12. Okay? Another, we have the limit of 5 as x approaches 2. So, dito, madali lang kasi nga constant na siya. So, wala tayong x, so ibig sabihin 5 na siya. Okay? So, may mga ganyang instances. Okay? Constant. Okay? Constant theorem. Next is the limit of 4x plus 2 as x approaches negative 3. Okay? So, dito naman, isa-substitute lang natin yung negative 3 sa x. So, magiging 4 times negative 3 plus 2. So, ang magiging answer natin dito, 4 times negative 3 is negative 12 plus 2, and that is negative 10. So, the limit of 4x plus 2 as x approaches negative 3 is negative 10. Okay? So, ganun lang siya kadali pag substitution. Next, we have 2x minus 4. So, isa-substitute natin yung itong number dito sa x natin, sa variable natin. So, we have 2 times 3 minus 4. So, we have 2 times 3 is 6 minus 4, that is 2. Okay? Next, we have 8 minus 3x, the limit of 8 minus 3x plus 12x squared as x approaches 2. So again, we just have to substitute this 2 to our variables. Okay? So we have 8 minus 3 times 2 plus 12 times 2 squared. Okay? So 8, so negative 3 minus 2, negative 3 times 2, okay, that is negative 6. Plus 12 times 2 squared is 4. Then, step by step ha, PEMDAS pa rin or JAMDAS yung gagamitin natin dito. Okay? So, 8 minus 6, i-copy muna natin kasi may parenthesis pa dito. We need to, or in multiplication, we need to solve that first. Plus 12 times 4 is, we have 48. Okay? Then, 8 minus 6 is 2 plus 48. So we have 50. Okay, so the limit of this function is 50. Okay, so madali lang, shortcut yan. Okay, so kung wala namang sinabi na gamitin niyo yung limit laws, yung table of values, okay, so pwede nyo gamitin, pwede nyo gamitin itong direct substitution. Okay, isa-substitute nyo lang yung value natin na nandito, kung saan siya nag-a-approach, and then yun na yung magiging limit natin. Okay, so that's for the direct substitution. Okay. Ito naman yung ating gagamitin. So, yung dalawang ito na susunod, we have factoring and then rationalizing or conjugation. Okay? So, itong dalawang, ito naman, ang gagamitin natin kapag naging indeterminate or undefined. Paano magiging undefined yung ating function kapag nag-zero, for example, yung denominator. Okay? Magiging undefined yun. So, pag ganun ang nangyari, kapag ginamit natin yung substitution, direct substitution method, okay, at saka nag-zero yung denominator natin kapag fraction yung given, then, mas safe na gamitin natin itong factoring method or at saka yung rationalizing or conjugation method. Aside doon sa limit loss. Kasi sa limit loss, di ba, medyo mahaba siya. So, ito, factoring, medyo maikli. So, let's try. Okay? So, sabi dito, factoring method is used, o yung gaya nga ng sinabi ko, used when the limit of the given rational function is undefined. Okay? So, either the numerator or the denominator is factorable. Okay? Next, so we have here the steps, okay? Steps in evaluating limits using factoring method. Okay? So, basahin ko lang, factor either the numerator or denominator of the given rational function. Okay? Then, cancel the common factor. And then, yun na, i-apply na ninyo yung substitution theorem. Okay? Then, you have to simplify. Okay, so let's have this one. Ayan, so factoring ang gagamitin natin dito. So, finding the limit by factoring. Pero let's see ha, para makita nyo kung ano yung sinasabi ko na kapag pag naging undefined siya or magiging undefined siya, pag ginamit niyo yung direct substitution. So, ilagay natin dito by using the direct. So, let's just compare kung ano yung makukuha nating sagot. Okay? So, para makita ninyo na not all the time applicable yung direct substitution. Okay? In finding the limit. So, if we're going to have that, sige, let's copy muna the function. Okay? So, we have x plus 5. Okay? So, we are going to substitute since x approaches negative 5. Yung negative 5, isa-substitute natin sa lahat ng value ng x. Okay? So, magiging negative 5 squared plus 3 times negative 5 minus 10 over x, ayan pala, substitute natin. Negative 5 plus 5. Okay? Then, solve natin. So, we have negative 5 squared, that is 25. 3 or positive 3 times negative 5 is negative 15 minus 10 over negative 5 plus 5 is 0. So, dito pa lang, mapapatigil na tayo kasi sabi ko nga, bawal mag-0 ang denominator kasi magiging undefined siya. Okay? So, dito pa lang na part, stop na tayo kasi may mali na. So, hindi siya valid, hindi siya pwede. Okay? So, ngayon, gamitin natin yung factoring. Okay? So, dito naman by factoring. Okay? So, isulat natin x squared plus 3x minus 10 over x plus 5. So, kung titingnan natin, itong numerator natin, ayan, may degree siya na 2. Okay? So, factorable siya. Okay? Yung denominator natin, I don't think so. Okay? So, at saka, ayan siya. Kung mapapansin ninyo, okay, linear na siya. So, dito tayo. Okay? So, may degree na 2. So, hanapin natin yung factor niya. Okay? So, ang factor, i-recap ko lang, yung factor ay yung dalawang number, okay, na pag minultiply mo, makukuha mo yung ito. Okay? So, like for example, 10. Okay, ano ang factor ng 10, di ba? We have 2 and 5, pwedeng 2 and 5, pwedeng 1 and 10, ganon, okay? So, I guess alam na ninyo to since na-tackle na ninyo last time and we also talk about it na in our GenMath. Okay, so x squared plus 3x minus 10, ang factor niyan ay x plus 5 at x minus 2. O, saan ko nakuha yan? Sabi ko, ang factor, pag binultiply, makukuha mo ito. So, pag minultiply mo yan, x times x squared. Then, FOIL method. O, sige, i-check lang natin. Ipapakita ko sa inyo kung paano nakuha. X times x squared. Okay? X times negative 2, negative 2x. 5 times x, positive 5x. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. And then, simplify. X squared. So, negative 2x plus 5x is positive 3x minus 10. So, nakuha natin. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, tama. Okay? Tama yung factor natin. Okay? Yan. So, pinakita ko lang sa inyo. Okay? Burahin na natin siya. Okay? So, na-factor na natin yung numerator. Then, over x plus 5. Ang next natin gagawin, titingnan natin kung may makakancel tayo. Okay? Kung may makakancel tayo. So, kung makikita ninyo, may pareho, x plus 5. So, ika-cancel natin yan. And then, ang matitira ay yung x minus 2. So, pag meron na tayong x minus 2, wala na tayong problema dyan. Pwede nyo gamitin yung direct substitution. So, i-substitute nyo yung negative 5 sa x natin. So, magiging negative 5 minus 2. Kaya our limit will be negative 7. So, the limit of this rational function x squared plus 3x minus 10 over x plus 5 as x approaches negative 5 is negative 7. Okay? So, yun na yung answer. Okay? Let's have another example. Okay? So, evaluate the limit of x minus 3 over x squared plus 4x minus 21, okay, as x approaches 3. So, dito, hindi ulit pwede yung direct substitution. Okay? Bakit? I-try natin. Okay? Para makita ninyo. So, by direct substitution. So, i-try ulit natin. So, we have x minus 3 over x squared plus 4x minus 21. Okay? So, substitute natin yung 3 dito, okay, sa lahat ng x natin. So, 3 minus 3 over, okay, we have 3 squared plus 4 times 3 minus 21. So, we have here 0 over, so we have 9 plus 12 minus 21. So, 0 over 9 plus 12 is 21 minus 21. So, 0 over 0. So, again, as you can see, nag-0 ulit yung denominator. So, hindi siya pwede. Undefined siya. Okay? Okay lang kahit mag-0 yung numerator, basta wag lang yung denominator. Pero since nag-0 siya, ibig sabihin, undefined. So, may problema. Gagamitin natin ngayon yung factoring. Okay? So, try natin yung by factoring. Okay? So, i-copy natin. X minus 3 over x squared plus 4x minus 21. So, as you can see here, kanina, ang finactor out natin ay yung nasa numerator. Ngayon, as you can see, yung may degree 2 dito ay yung denominator. Okay? So, i-copy natin yung numerator, i-factor natin yung denominator. So, ang factor ng x squared plus 4x minus 21 ay x minus 3 and x plus 7. So, pag i-check ninyo yan, pag minultiply nyo yan using the FOIL method, makukuha ninyo ito. Okay? Ayan. So, as you can see, meron tayong makakancel. X minus 3. Okay? So, i-cancel nyo yan. And then, ang matitira ay yung x plus 7 sa baba. Ngayon, di ba walang natira dyan sa taas? Lalagyan nyo lagi ng 1 yan. Hindi pwede na x plus 7 lang kasi nga nasa denominator siya. Pag nasa numerator yung tira, okay lang. Okay? Kahit hindi nyo lagyan ng 1 yung nasa baba. Okay? Pero kapag wala ngang natira doon sa taas, sa numerator, lalagyan nyo lagi ng 1 yun. Okay? Then, use the direct substitution. So, 1 over, ano yung x natin? We have 3. So, 3 plus 7. So, 1 over 10. So, ang laking kaibahan yung nakuha natin using direct substitution and factoring. So, may mali dito. Dapat hindi mag-0 yung denominator. Okay? So, that's for factoring. Next is by rationalizing or conjugation. Okay? So, ganito rin yan. Okay? So, ito naman ginagamit siya sa mga radicals. Okay? So, the limit of the given rational function is undefined. Okay? Then, that's the time na we are using this one. Okay? So, either the numerator or denominator of the rational function is composed of radicals. So, kahit alin ulit. Okay? Kahit numerator or denominator yung may rational, okay, or may radical, yun yung ating, ito yung gagamitin natin. Okay? So, parang in summary, okay, yung factoring at saka yung rationalizing, ginagamit siya kapag meron tayong rational function. Ibig sabihin, merong numerator, may denominator. Fractional. Okay? So, here are the steps. Okay? So, first, get the conjugate of the radical. So, mamaya explain ko sa inyo paano yung conjugate pag may sample na tayo. Then, number 2, multiply the conjugate to the numerator or denominator of the given rational function. And then number 3, cancel the common factor. 4, we are now going to substitute. Okay, yung direct substitution na, substitution theorem, and then simplify. Okay, so that's the step. Okay, so let's have this example. Okay, so evaluate the limit of x minus 25 over square root of x minus 5 as x approaches 25. So in here, we are going to use rationalizing or conjugation process. Okay, bakit? So ipakita natin, pag ginamit natin yung direct substitution, ano kayang makukuha natin? Okay, substitution. Okay, so, i-copy natin x minus 25 over square root of x minus 5. So, by direct substitution, yung x natin papalitan natin ng 25. So, 25 minus 25 over the square root of 25 minus 5. So, 25 minus 25, 0. Then, square root of 25 is 5, right? O, 5 minus 5, 0 din. Okay? So, again, nag-0 yung ating denominator. So, ibig sabihin, undefined or indeterminate siya. So, in here, let's use naman yung rationalizing method. Okay, rationalizing or yung tinatawag nating conjugation. Okay, or conjugating process. Okay, so let's copy x minus 25 over the square root of x minus 5. Okay, so first step daw doon, hanapin ang conjugate ng ating may radical sign. Ano ang may radical sign dyan? Yung denominator, which is yung square root of x. Okay? So, hanapin yung conjugate. Pag sinabi natin conjugate, parang opposite lang siya. Yung opposite number nun. So, kung minus ito, gagawin mo lang siyang plus. So, ang conjugate nito ay square root of x plus 5. Ngayon, i-times mo daw yan sa both numerator and denominator. Ayan, i-multiply natin siya. Okay? Ngayon, ito, yung walang radical sign, i-copy lang ninyo yan. Okay? Kasi mamaya, may makakancel tayo at makakancel dyan. So, i-copy nyo lang yan. So, x minus 25 times square root of x plus 5 over, ito yung imumultiply natin. So, square root of x times square root of x is square root of x squared, or pag sinimplify natin ay x na siya. Okay? Then, FOIL method. So, tapos na tayo dito. Dito naman, square root of x times 5 is positive 5 square root of x. And then, negative 5 times square root of x is negative 5 square root of x. Then, negative 5 times positive 5 is negative 25. Okay? Tapos, kung mapapansin ninyo, 5 square root of x minus 5 square root of x is makakancel na yan kasi 0. So, ang matitira na lang, kopyahin natin yung nasa taas. Okay, kinopya lang natin yung nasa taas over x minus 25. So, ito na yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. As you can see, may makakancel tayo, yung x minus 25. So, ang matitira na lang ay square root of x plus 5. In this case, pwede na ninyong gamitin yung substitution process. So, palitan lang ulit natin yung x natin nung ito, kung saan siya nag-approach. So, we have square root of 25 plus 5. So, square root of 25 is 5 plus 5, that is equal to 10. So, the limit of x minus 25 over the square root of x minus 5 is 10. Okay? So, yan yung ating conjugation method or rationalizing method. Okay? Next, let's have another example. So, find the limit of 11 minus square root of x over 121 minus x as x approaches 121. Okay? So, in here, okay, let's use a rationalizing or rationalization method. Okay? So, let's just copy 11 minus square root of x over 121 minus x. So, again, rationalizing ang gagamitin or conjugation ang gagamitin dito dahil kapag sinubstitute mo yung 121 dito, okay, magsi-zero ulit siya, yung denominator. Kitang-kita na agad. Okay? So, let's find the conjugate. So, yung radical natin ay nasa numerator, which is, ayan, 11 minus square root of x. So, ibig sabihin, ang conjugation niyan ay 11 plus square root of x. So, multiply both by the numerator and the denominator. Okay? So, ito, imumultiply natin. 11 times, FOIL method, 11 times 11, 121. Then, 11 times square root of x is positive 11 square root of x. And then, negative square root of x times 11 is, we have negative 11 square root of x. And then, the last terms, we have negative x times positive, negative square root of x times positive square root of x is negative x. Okay? Over, ito, i-copy lang natin. Kasi mamaya may makakancel tayo dyan. I-copy lang natin yung nasa baba. And then, as you can see, ito nga, positive tsaka negative, cancel na ito. So, we have 121 minus x over 121 minus x times 11 plus square root of x. So, may makakancel tayo. Okay? And as you can see, ang natira ay yung denominator. So, ibig sabihin, lalagyan pa rin natin ng 1 dyan. And we can now use the direct or the substitution method. So, 1 over 11 plus square root of 121 is 11 din. So, 1 over 11 plus 11 is 22. So, dito natin ilagay. So, ang sagot natin dyan ay 1 over 22. Therefore, the limit of 11 minus square root of x over 121 minus x as x approaches 121 is 1 over 22. Okay, so that's for rationalizing or conjugation method or process. Okay, so let's have more example. Let's try this one. Let's find the limit using the factoring and conjugating process. Okay, so first we have the limit of x squared plus x minus 6 over x plus t as x approaches negative 3. Okay, so dito natin yung number 1. Solve natin siya. So, i-copy natin. X squared plus x minus 6 over x plus 3. So, ang factor natin dito, x squared plus x minus 6, okay, ay x. We have x plus 3 and x minus 2. Okay? O pag double check niyo yan, kapag gusto niyo i-double check, i-FOIL method lang ninyo, makukuha ninyo itong x squared plus x minus 6. Then, over x plus 3. So, as you can see, may makakancel. So, matitira yung x minus 2. Tapos, substitute na ninyo. Ano yung x natin dito? We have negative 3. Negative 3 minus 2, that is negative 5. So, our limit here is negative 5. Okay? Next, number 2. We have x squared plus x minus 6 over x minus 2. So, again, ang gagamitin natin ay factoring. Okay? So, ito, ganun din. Same lang sila. So, x plus 3, x minus 2 yung factor niya. Then, x minus 2 odd. Ngayon naman, ang na-cancel natin yung x minus 2. So, natira x plus 3. Then, we substitute. Ano yung ating, dito, value ng x? We have 2. So, 2 plus 3. So, that is equal to 5. So, the limit here is 5. The limit for number 2 is 5. Okay? Next, we have to x squared or the limit of x squared minus 1 over x plus 1 as x approaches negative 1. Okay? So, yung number 3 natin, x squared minus 1 over x plus 1. So, ang factor ng x squared minus 1, Okay? Kahit i-check nyo siya dyan, x minus 1 and x plus 1. Okay? Then, copy natin yung denominator. Then, as you can see, may makakancel tayo. So, cancel, cancel. Ang natira, x minus 1. And then, substitute natin yung negative 1. So, negative 1 minus 1. And that is equal to negative 2. Okay? So, negative 2 yung limit natin for number 3. Next, last number, we have number 4, the limit of square root of x minus 2 over x minus 4 as x approaches 4. Okay, so let's just copy. Ito, so conjugation method na ito. Okay, so x minus 4, ayan. So let's get the conjugate of the term or the one that has radical sign. Okay, so we have the square root of x minus 2. So ang conjugate niyan, square root of x plus 2. So multiply both sides, okay, sa numerator and denominator. Okay, then we multiply. So in here we have x, or square root of x times square root of x is x. Then we have square root of x times 2 is positive 2 square root of x. Then negative 2 times square root of x is negative 2 square root of x. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4 over, let's just copy this one. So, laging ikakopy lang ninyo ha, kasi may makakancel at makakancel tayo dito. Okay? Then, next, we have, ito, cancel na natin, kasi positive 2x, positive 2 tsaka negative 2. So, magzi-0 siya. So, x, matitira x minus 4 over x minus 4 times square root of x plus 2. So, as you can see, may makakancel tayo. So, ang matitira na lang natin ay, so, ilipat ko dito, ang matitira natin ay yung square root of x plus 2. So, lalagyan natin ng 1 kasi nga yung natira ay nasa denominator. Okay? Then, direct substitution. Okay, pabaliktad tayo. Ayan, so 1 over square root of 4. Ayan siya, 4 yung isa substitute, plus 2. That is equal to, okay, wait lang. That is equal to 1 over 2 plus 2. Square root of 4 is 2 plus 2, that is 4. So, our limit here is 1/4. Okay, so the limit of square root of x minus 2 over x minus 4 as x approaches 4 is 1/4. Okay, so that's it for this video lesson. Okay, so thank you.